couple of years ago, Dish got involved, which started off as a multifamily project called Dish Fiber. And the idea was to take our expertise in bulk video and bring it to connectivity. And it's no surprise, this is a precursor to Dish's future business in 5G wireless, getting involved in multifamily and single-family home neighborhoods. But Dish Fiber is our way of bringing a dedicated fiber circuit to a community, the entire node, right? 2 gig circuit, 6 gig circuit, even 10 gig circuits. We're working on a project in Austin right now where we're bringing a 10 gig circuit for a 70 home community. And the concept is bulk, right? It's treating connectivity as a utility as opposed to an option that a homeowner would select from a series of service providers in your area that you've done a deal with, probably a revenue sharing deal, and they're going to come in and put some infrastructure in. Well, in a case like this, a service provider comes in and puts in the infrastructure, brings the circuit, and actually installs networking equipment in every home, in every common area, and every outdoor space. So this is bulk, and it's very popular in multifamily, and it's becoming more popular in single-family home, particularly build to rent, where residents will move in and connectivity has already been taken care of for them. It's not something they need to shop with a local service provider. So the point of this, though, the reason why I'm on this panel is because we do quite a bit of design and engineering up front with our clients and prospects. And so I guess I'm in charge of the slides.
You got it.
This is an example of a community we're working on right now where we'll take the electrical plans, the site plans, and we will build our trenching and infrastructure plan, to coordinate with the utility plan that the builder and the site leader is working on. The time to put fiber in the ground is when you're putting other utilities in the ground, and there's a lot of ways to do it, right? You could do active fiber, you could do GPON, location of MDF and IDF, so they're going to be indoors or outdoors, or you're going to have vaults in the ground at every cul-de-sac. So we'll get really into the weeds with our partners to design this. This is long before a commitment is ever made, by the way.
And those acronyms are all about network infrastructure items and repeaters and stuff?
Different ways of running fiber in a,
Gotcha.
in a neighborhood or
Okay.
a multifamily property.
Sounds cool.
And so we've got, this is a new area for a video provider. So we've got a staff of network engineers. These are a group of designers. These are things that we had never done before on the connectivity side. And it's a really nice collaboration. We work with IT directors of large property owners. We work with builders and developers. We work with HOA boards, in some cases. So it's really been a great collaboration, and it helps to move this type of a change in infrastructure strategy forward with communities. This is an example of what our head end looks like. So something like this is going to live in your clubhouse or your leasing office, right? That's a new thing for a lot of operators who haven't operated in a bulk connectivity situation before. So this is all engineered and communicated, up front, in many cases before construction ever begins. There are heating and cooling implications. There are power implications. Some of the things that this group has talked about before. All this is discussed, way in advance, and we've got qualified staff who can speak to this with people on the other side of the table. These are all the different types of pieces of equipment. All this is discussed in detail. If you want to have connectivity at the pickleball court or the hiking trail, we can do it. But what's the cost impact? What's the resident benefit going to be there? What's the infrastructure that we may have to pull, when that trench is open? We may have to do some additional trenching. All that can be discussed. This is an example of heat mapping that we'll also do. One of the benefits of doing bulk connectivity is that all the access points on a property, this is a multifamily example, will work together as opposed to fighting with each other because they're different providers using different radios. In a managed situation, they all work together. And you can provide seamless coverage for residents as they move around a property. They still stay connected to their home network, even if it's a large community. So that's one of the benefits. But we'll do this, and this is a network engineering task that we'll do for our partners. Why would a property want to do this? Well, because when you have property-wide connectivity, it opens the doors for some really great advanced applications, right? That can really take a community and elevate it into modern connectivity and connected living. One of those applications is one that we include with Dish Fiber, which is called OnStream. And it's a video application where we take our expertise in satellite and we convert it to streaming, and we put it out there to all the residents, and we allow the community to customize it, similar to what you'd see if you turned your TV on in a nice hotel like the Hyatt across the street. It's customized for the property. This is just one community example that you can layer on top of.
Are there revenue sharing opportunities?
Absolutely, right? And some people want to upgrade, so there's always an upgrade plan, there's an upgrade path, and we let our partners.
Is it like activation revenue opportunity, or is it a recurring revenue opportunity?
Activation, right? But we get that question a lot, as you might imagine. This is an example of a common area at a property we just finished a month ago, where this video application could be available at a pool deck, right? And there's extensive Wi-Fi coverage. When you do infrastructure this way, there's no guest net for residents. Residents stay connected to their home network throughout the property, and there's massive benefits to that. So it's one of the reasons to do it. But doing something like this requires collaboration up front. This is not an after-the-fact type of situation.
Do they have a private connection, even though they're ranging across this public network?
Yes, we call it shared key, and it allows residents to stay connected throughout a property. So
That's pretty cool. So the builder, you're either working with a developer that owns the right of way on all this stuff, or builder developers that own right of way. If it's municipally controlled, you're out of the game. Is that right?
That's right. So when it comes to single-family neighborhoods, on the video part, we can't cross a public right-of-way. But on the connectivity side, we can. So it's different jurisdictions. The point of all this is lean on your service providers to provide design and engineering support to your project up front. And it's not just surface-level marketing. We really get in deep and provide our.
And do you get in early with the connectivity so that even as the community is underdeveloped, the builders, selling centers and such can be supported with high-speed internet access?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's one of the major selling points. Thank you, John.
Where's my $20? Can I? All right, that's cool. Frank always has something cool to add. Nice. So this is the challenge match. I invited Brett on this. I mean, I think they've been such a leader on the builder services side of things and the process supports, and a lot of the focus has been on merchandise selection and the marketing and sales and sell-through piece. But I'm just curious that as you see, I think what I would call budding interest in the design and engineering side of things, is it a place where NICE could figure out a way to add process supports in this area as well? I mean, I know I'm still waiting for an introduction and an invitation to visit the headquarters in northern Italy. But your parent company does a lot of design and engineering on the commercial space side of things and perimeter access control and stuff, and I just don't know whether this is something that might be in NICE's future in some shape or form.
Yeah, globally, especially in Europe, that's a big part of what we do there, and delivering systems with full engineering design.
Yeah.
Here, a lot of what we do already is in place. We're kind of just getting down to a little more details to enhance it and formalize it, because we already engineer systems for the integrators and the builders. We design packages, and they're all tested, by our field team and executed on. We know they work and they're robust. So all of that is kind of just already in place. It's really about and we even have kickoff meetings when we get the builder, the integrator, everybody in place, and we get into the little details, what specific door lock you're using, all the way down to the color, model, confirming model numbers, and making sure that that compatibility is going to be there. So I think for us, the next thing, especially as we are moving more and more into multifamily, and we have project managers there that are already involved in design processes, moving into this high vol space is a no-brainer for us, I think.
Cool. Ron, you won an award for design and engineering services last night. So, I mean, I think we've heard a lot of your commentary, but is there anything you want to add about TDA's future in this space? It's a budding interest area for you, right?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, so we've been an integrator, well, I've been an integrator for 40 years, but as a team, this company, 11 years, we're all over the Western US, but we're not everywhere in the country. However, we've started offering our design and engineering services the same as Bravas has, in that we can design and engineer your community and your homes and your options and your packages and everything else, and you can work with a local integrator, and we can help you in finding the right people to work with in your particular community. We've spent most of our careers being the integrator, being the designer and the engineer and the integrator, and we're now expanding those services so that we can provide you the design and engineering and the help in finding somebody else as your integrator, or maybe it's your electrician, or maybe, whatever it happens to be, and helping to get them into a position to make you successful.
Very cool. So this evening, Ron's actually hosting this showroom tour. You're about 7-8 miles away from the convention center. We've got transportation planned. I'm just making this invitation to integrators. If sponsors, they have to talk to Ron and get special permission on the sponsor side of things. But all the builders are welcome to attend that, and we're still taking sign-ups at our information booth. So do you want to hype that at all? What do you got?
Yeah, no, it's realistically, it's an opportunity for people to take a look at some of the technologies that are available that maybe you're not seeing. In our case, in our showroom, we work really hard on hidden technologies and things that can make your build just smoother and make your clients happier, because nobody likes to see technology, they just want it all to work. So we're giving an opportunity for people to take a look at some of that stuff.